Hello everybody, welcome back. This is game number 2 between EmpireKas, our yellow Terran player, down here in the bottom left part of Tall Dream Altar LE ESL version, and his opponent, and the winner of last game, NightEnd, our red Protoss player in the top right part of the map. We've got cross map spawning positions, and one thing to note on this map, that something that does change quite frequently, is these destructible rocks. These are here. So the players will have to take those out if they decide to throw up an expansion out there. Now, we have a scout probe after pylon going to come out here, and he's kind of just going directly across map, or is he going to the left? Okay, yeah, the probe does take this weird angle here. It goes this way instead of this way to this position up here, so it's going to scout the top left. And we've got Kas going for a wall off here, something you don't see too very often on this map. Maybe he's not going to go for a wall. Maybe he's going to go for a... Yep, he's actually going to put his barracks up here. That should give plenty of room for a command center. And we've got a gateway coming up here for NightEnd. Chrono boosting... I say that sometimes. Chrono boosting out some probes. And gas also coming up for Kas. And last game we saw Kas... both players go for a pretty aggressive playstyle, at least up to the mid-game. We had NightEnd go for 3-gate pressure, trying to attack into Kas, but Kas had plenty of Marines and siege tanks, and as soon as siege tech finished, NightEnd kind of fell back on that attack and decided to throw up an expansion. But you guys know how that game went if you ended up watching it. Definitely recommend that game to any Protoss or Terran players out there. Both really good builds that both players showcased that game for either race. And we've got a SCV going to come out here. What's he going to do? Probably build a supply depot. So looks like Kas is making kind of a secondary wall here at this back entrance. That probe is going to have to get out of there, unless he just wants to see the look on this Marine's face with his gun. And there he goes. He's going to get him. Doesn't look like that probe is going to sneak away there, and that tech lab is going to get placed down. We can see, did Kas ended up seeing that tech lab? No, he did not. And over here in NightEnd world, we've got this cybernetics core about 75% done, and we'll keep an eye on whether this second gas for NightEnd goes up or not. And Zealot coming out, and what is he making here? He's making concussive shells and marauders, so a little different opening for EmpireKas. We have EmpireKas taking a Marine out here, playing aggressive, and he's going to take out this probe, at least make him stay away from those Zelnaga towers, controlling this map control around EmpireKas' entrance. And this probe is going to try and do a run around this Marine and try and sneak into this base and see what's going to go on. But he's going to run straight to a Marauder, but that Marauder alone is going to give him intelligence. He's going to see if there's Marauder, he's going to see that, he's going to see something being researched more than likely, and he's going to get, whoa, he's going to get all the way into the main here, see the second barracks, and wow, really great scout here by NightEnd, even pulling an SCV. Kas wants to kill that probe, getting a little frustrated there, and he's going to, man, NightEnd just did a really good job there, just sneaking that probe in there. I like that. Now Kas looks like he's going to throw down an expansion. Bloop, there it goes. Expansion is down, and we've got NightEnd. Looks like he's going to, where is he going? He's going to play aggressive. It looks like this is turning into a 3-gate. So similar opening here. I think pretty much the same opening here from NightEnd from last game. So he's going to turn this into some 3-racks pressure. We've got a scout coming out here over to the left, and we got some Marauders out on the field. Concussive shell is finished, so they're going to get that probe, but they need to watch out. Zealot's in the front. Nice macro there from NightEnd. He's going to get the high ground advantage here. Oh, wow. Great job there. And is using the vision from the Zelnaga tower. That Zell needs to get out of there. And wow, great play there from both players. And he needs to watch out. He's going to have to micro pretty well. And these two Marauders should be able to clean up those Stalkers. No problem. And that Stalker cannot run. He just might as well turn around and fight. EmpireKas is doing a really good job of just shooting and running. And NightEnd should have just attacked into that. That was pretty much a waste. He could have brought that Marauder down to probably about 20 life at least. And Warp Gate is finished, so we're going to have 3 Warp Gates pumping out here for NightEnd. Bringing a probe here, throwing up an expansion. So going to expand to first, and then just build up some units. And now Kas's expansion is so much further ahead, and he's even bringing over some SCVs to start mining here. As soon as that finishes, pretty good timing on those SCVs. Maybe just a little early for 3 of them. Not that big of a deal. Stim now being researched for Kas, and he's putting these Marines and Marauder in a good position. I like this, overlooking the entrance here. They have pretty good range. They can shoot about half the distance of this ramp. Something, just a way to get a lot of free hits in a NightEnd, doing pretty much the same thing here. has some units on this overlook, and with these sentries you can even just force field units in here, trapping them here to get a bunch of free hits. So both players using the map terrain to their advantage. Now just more Marauders coming out just off the wow, he's up to 3 racks now. This one has a reactor and just a regular old-fashioned barracks, no fancy tech labs on there or reactors. So factory going down, robotics facility going down also for NightEnd. And NightEnd just chrono boosting out still a bunch of probes. I'm kind of curious what the harvester count is. Protoss in the lead, 33 versus 28. But you can see the income difference definitely favors the Terran with that second expansion up much faster, and the double mules. So we got a third gas being built there for Kas, and actually this one now is also just being placed up, so that'll bring them up to 3. Engineering bay going to go up. Not getting as supply blocked as he did last game. Kas is. Definitely a lot less action so far this game. Another reactor going down. So Kas is looking like, what? Now he's flying away. He's just going to fly that starport over there. Now, will he get a Vikings or will he get a medevac? Now, so far he hasn't scouted any Colossus, from what I can tell. No, he hasn't scouted any Colossus, so maybe he's just getting that in case there's Colossus, or he's just planning on getting medevacs. Either way, it's a pretty good play. Now, this attack should do a fairly decent amount of damage if NightEnd doesn't get off some good force fields, because he does not have the army to deal with this. He senses weakness. He stims. He's going to get in there and focus fire, kill down those sentries very quickly. And now the Marauders are going to have to micro back. Force fields, a little bit of overlap there, and he's going to have to pull probes if these stalkers want to survive. Probes being brought up to the front, and this was a good attack, but wow, it just seemed to fall apart right there. Just, those Zelts were just enough, and these stalkers are going to live and make it through there. He's going to clean this up. The EmpireKas is stimming to get out of town. And Observer's finally going to hang out here and run straight into a missile turret. That thing is gone, baby gone. Not a bad movie either. So NightEnd doing a pretty good job there fighting off that attack. We can check the harvester count, 44 versus 38. So that didn't do too much damage to NightEnd's economy. Still in doing a good job there with the harvester count. And he's got a Colossus coming out. He's got extended thermal lance, so he's going to have a pretty good army composition. And a medevac, those were medevacs coming out of this starport for Kas. Now Kas's army kind of got shredded after that attack. Really only lost a lot of zealots and 2 sentries for NightEnd. I don't think he lost that many stalkers, if any. So I think the trade, as far as army-wise, went better for NightEnd in that situation. Kas lost quite a few Marauders there, and it looks like Kas is going to go for some sneaky play. Going to go do some drop ships, and he's going to run up here and drop in the back of the base. That was just one. Is the second one going to go anywhere else? Nope, both are going over there in that direction. So we've got Kas setting up a third down here in this position, and NightEnd going to go set up his expansion also. So we've got Kas setting up his third before NightEnd is setting up his third also, but of course he did get his second a lot sooner too, so that kind of makes sense. So supply count pretty even for both players, 88 versus 86, and another observer out for NightEnd, kind of forced him to remake that. He's got a probe up here in front, just scouting that, just to make sure he doesn't get jumped from behind while he was pushing up there to take out those destructible rocks at the third. But here we got to watch this. Kas is going to introduce some drop action here, and is he going to? Oh wow, those stalkers are just right there in time. Did he see it? I think he saw it. Yeah, he's ready for it. Kas, this is not going to work well for you. There's a Colossus out. You got to run. And he needs to get out of there. He just picks it up. Lost a Marine. Traded a Marine for a Stalker. Oh! No. Medevac does get out of there. He's wishing he had Blink right about that moment. He was like, Blink, damn you! Slamming the B key down. Unfortunately, doesn't have that research yet. But what he is researching is a +1 attack and +1 armor for those gateway units. And Colossus, of course, all his ground units. Gonna get those upgrades. So now that he's aware of those Colossus, we're going to see a lot of Vikings coming out. Already has, what is that, 6 out so far. Good job with the Vikings. That should be more than enough to deal with what the, how many Colossus does he have? 2 out so far, and a third one on the way. A lot more warp gates going to be thrown down for NightEnd here. He's going to be up on his third base pretty soon, so he definitely has to get his production up to match that. So Kas has a pretty good army here. I think both players have a well-balanced army. Going to need to repair that medevac up a little bit. It's a little bruising. I think, yep, there's this SCV down here doing a little repair job on it. I don't know how SCVs repair something that's flying, but they've got some fancy scientific, technical skills to be able to do that. And so a bunch of Vikings out here. He's going to continue to produce Vikings. Yep, a lot of Vikings. He may be going overkill right now on the Vikings. Not quite sure. He's even getting +1 Terran ship weapons level 1 upgrade, and +2 infantry upgrade. And combat shield's also coming out. So Kas may be going for another attack here pretty soon. Supply accounts are favoring Kas at this point. Just being able to pump out a lot of Marines just really gets your food up there really quick. He's got a lot of more barracks down here. What is he up on? 5 barracks at this point. 5 barracks, and he's got a starport with a reactor on there. Enough factory that's not doing much anything. And looks like Kas is going to push out now, leaving his natural. He's going to go straight to the middle of the map. And NightEnd is, of course, is going to see this, and he's even got, what is this, another probe up here on patrol? Well, I haven't seen this from any other player, but NightEnd wants to know. He wants to have that, like, a second notice that he's getting attacked, so he can get his units in place. So NightEnd actually is making some Archons. This is with the newest patch. These Archons do have 3 range, and they're massive, which will be nice. As you can see, they're massive, 3 range, good stuff. And he's going to come up here and he's going to see this with the probe. There he goes. He sees it right now. There's a lot of Vikings, and this is a pretty big army. I don't know if NightEnd is going to be able to deal with this. Photon cannon's going to go up. They're going to be up too late, and wow, going to get a lot of free shots off on the Colossus. Wow, oh my gosh, those Colossus are basically dead already. He is just enough Vikings to 2-shot them. I love that. And oh no, NightEnd going straight into a choke point. Oh my gosh. And oh, that was just played so perfectly with the Vikings and the positioning right there. And I think Kas is just going to finish this off, landing some Vikings now just to drive this all the way home. A lot of Zealots being warped in. That is a lot of Zealots. Oh my gosh. This, nope, I don't know. You just have Zealots versus Marauders, and those things can kite all day long. I don't know. Blink's Stalker. Blink is just about to be finished, but there's so many Marauders left over, sorry. And some Medivacs to clean this up. I think this is just too much for NightEnd to handle. There we got it. GG. NightEnd losing that game. Kas getting the win. And I just have to talk about that positioning EmpireKas had was just perfect. He had his Vikings up here over this no man's land, just shooting the Colossus as they were walking around this corner. Had killed 3 Colossus basically before they even attacked a single unit, and that was just awesome. Great play there by Kas. He totally abused the map and the terrain. And NightEnd kind of just walked in through that choke point and was like, take all my units, please. And EmpireKas just backed up, stutter stepped microed back there with Stim, and just kind of slowly whittled away NightEnd right there and landed the Vikings once all the Colossus were dead. And that was pretty much game right there. NightEnd, I don't know if he should have sacrificed, tried to save that expansion. Maybe he should have let it die and then go for a counterattack, maybe a little bit more in open area, or wait at least until Stim or Blink to finish. I don't know, but that fight didn't go well at all for NightEnd. So that'll bring us on to game number 3. Both players are now at 1-1. So I'll see you at game 3.